like traveling by train? Yes, I like traveling by train because on the trains I have to uh, we have to go very low price or when and it's comfortable also
It's
because
affordable, or you can say it's cheap. Cheap
it
and faster.
yeah it's affordable and it's faster than normal vehicle like two wheeler or four wheeler, so it's less time consuming. When was the last time you took a train? Actually, I traveling I traveling by train daily basis because my office is so far, so I have to take train only. And how was the experience? Um, and one of I want to share my one experience when I went to Bangalore. That time I took a train. By train, it's a take 24 hours, but
It takes 24 hours.
it took 24 hours. And when I reached there, then I realized the value value of other states because there I am new for everyone, so I got new friends and new peoples also, and they're really kind heartedness. So I really enjoy with them and live as a 1 years. And
Time's up. You have to share your traveling experience by the train. Yeah. Let's move ahead. All the sentences and phrases I have typed in the chat box. And when you answer the second and third questions, because here we're asking about past. So when was the last time you took the train? Yesterday, this morning, last week, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, not before. How was the experience? It was good. It was bad. It was pathetic. Pathetic. Really, really bad. And then you give your reason because it was crowded. Oh, it was smooth journey. We had really good co-passengers. Can be anything. Now let's learn. So there are a few words. So we have engine drivers or loco pilot. And we have ticket counter where we book the ticket. Then we have passengers whom we travel. Then we have porter, coolie. So these are the few words. Now here we have four more: coach, track, engine or locomotive, and station master. Can you match these words? Pick any word, please match with its meaning. Yes, Masoom, can you match the first? Are you going to match the first?
Yes, sir. Coach. Sir, I think coach is um, a person who is in. No, sir. Sorry. Part of a train in which the passenger sits.
All right, we'll see. Yes, Sony.
uh, track, part of the railway train that pulls it.
Okay. Track, railway track. Asif.
Yes, sir. Second one, sir. Be one part of a railway train that pulls it along.
Oh, third one. That's absolutely correct. Sneha, number fourth.
Station master, person who is in charge of the railway station.
Absolutely. Yes. So coach is a part of a train in which the passengers sit. So we have many coaches. Then the track. The trains go on this. Engine locomotive, part of a railway train that pulls it along. Without engine, we cannot go anywhere. Then station master, the person who is in charge of a railway station. Now we have few more words. So let me hear from the people who have not done this. Avantika, can you match the fifth number?
Yes, sir. Engine driver या loco pilot. A person who travel, no, sorry. A, a person who carries food bag, no. A place where you get train driver. Train driver, loco pilot.
All right. All right, then we have. Yes, Rani, can you go for the sixth, please? Yes, Rani.
A person who travels in a train.
All right. Azim, go for the seventh.
Mm-hmm. 7 ticket counter. Okay, so travel. A place where you get train tickets.
Absolutely. Mamta, go for number eight.
So, porter, a person who carries the bags at the railway station.
Absolutely. So, engine driver, loco pilot, the train driver, passenger, person who travels in a train. Ticket counter, where we get our train tickets. Then porter, porter carries our bags at railway station. Or coolie. Now we've got two interesting questions. So there are two questions. Try answering both. First, you need to understand the questions. In the future, about 50 years from now, what do you think will be different about trains and railway stations? Okay, think about future, 50 years from now. And second, how was traveling by train different 20 years ago? Yes, Sony.
So we have to talk both the question or only anyone.
Both.
So I want to talk second one first. How was traveling by train different 20 years ago? In past, I think and there was no digitally, so we have to stand in a queue for ticket, and we have to wait.
We had to.
We had to wait, uh, and it's take long times while we are booking tickets. So
It took
it's
us, or it would take a lot of time booking the train tickets.
it would take a lot of times to while booking tickets, but now it's become digitally. So
It has
it's a
become easy.
has become digitally. So it's a advantage for us. So we can book online without any queue, and it is so convenience for us. And in future, about 20 years from now, how would be what do you think will be different about trains and railway station? As per my opinions, now it's becoming slowly digitally, so it will take time to become each and everything digitally. Like right now, 50 or 80% persons are digitally. They're what we can
Booking
say,
their tickets
booking
online.
tickets, and they track their trains or buses or but after 50 years, I think no one can go to the ticket counter. They all are booking their own what their own convenience and at their place only. And so and also it's become too easy for everyone. That's
Still work, yes. Since this is an imaginary situation, you can use wood. So they would We know ticket counters. Yes, Neha. Right. I just power cut. That's right. Okay. So yes, Sonu.
Sir,
You're there, right?
yeah, I done.
Please go ahead. I think you shared, right? Yes, Neha.
Yes, sir. In the future, about 6 years from now, what do you think will be different about science and allocations? Yes, of course. Now it will become slowly digital. In future, totally it becomes digitally. And also railway stations in some places don't have some facilities. It might be changed in future. And also now some trains are running with coal. Some are in with electricity. In future, maybe all trains will be run with electricity. How was traveling by train different 20 years ago? Different before 20 years ago, trains
No,
will
before
run.
20 years ago.
Okay, so 20 years ago, all trains will we can use it.
Sorry.
We can use in the past or past.
Yeah, use second form.
20 years ago, all trains will run by coal only, and stations are some stations are not good facilities, don't have good facilities.
Didn't have.
Okay, didn't have good facilities, and ticket counters also with a huge of queue. That's it.
There used to be long queues, ticket counters. Wow, crowded. Yes, Avantika.
Yes, sir. In the future, about 50 years ago. So in the we see that in the future, the train will be easy for every person that he get a ticket from in the digital form in on the digital platform. And nowadays the trains are only available, like metro trains are available in the only major cities, but in the future will be would be in the district and in the district level, and people can easily get uh, can easily get all the facilities, and the train will be good in the facilities, and service was more affordable and cheap. And how was it traveling by train different 20 years ago? So in the 20 years ago, the traveling was not easy for every person, and the trains are not available were not available. Every person that can uh, uh, get tickets, and ticket if you want to if you wanted to get ticket from the uh, for the train, so you had to go train ticket counter, and it was not very easy because lots of people are waiting were waiting for the ticket, so you could not get easily a ticket. And the trains are also not good because they are
Were not good.
but, train were also not good because they were using crude oil, so that's why pollution is very high.
Time's up. Here we are talking about traveling by train. Traveling by train, not the infrastructure. Traveling by train. Yes, Azim.
Yes, sir. I think from 20 years later, the train would be very good, and it developed their speed also. And I
Will be
think
faster.
it will be faster, and I think robotic system can drive the train, and most of the worker lost their job.
Will lose their job.
And yes, sir. And the platform would be also very beautiful and lucent type, and we can get all the things are digitally, because nowadays we can collect ticket from ticket counter, and we have to wait lots of time. And at the time, 50 years later, and we can get ticket digitally using only smartphone. And what was the traveling by train different 20 years ago? 20 years ago, the platform was not good. The train was or not also good also. And at the time, the train are drive on using
Talk about traveling.
coal.
Talk about traveling by train, not the infrastructure. How was traveling by train?
And at the time we had to collect ticket, and waiting too much time, and we have to stand on the line
We had to.
ticket counter. We had to stand ticket counter, a long line. And someone and some people leave their train.
Mr. Azim, please work on your past tense. Yeah. So difficult. The traveling was not comfortable. We used the second form of the verb. It was crowded. People would wait. They would waste time. Some people would. Uh, they were not able to book tickets. So it was time consuming. Yes, Asif.
Yes, sir. In the future, about 50 years from now, what do you think will be different about trains and railway stations? Yes, sir. About 15 years, a lot of changes are there. Changes are come into in railway station or and
Have you
train.
shared before,
So
Asif? Yes, Asif.
yes,
Have you
sir. In the
shared?
future, about 50 years here from now, changes. You are
You have already
asking
shared, I
changes
think.
now. What, sir?
Haven't you shared this earlier?
Mm, Not, sir. I'm not sure that in
I
the.
have not shared. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. In the future, about 50 years from now, because lot of changes are come into in railway department or a train.
Will be
So
there.
yeah, will be there because our country is a developing country.
Don't talk
So
about this.
developing,
Talk about trains and railway station,
yeah,
not
railway
about the
station.
country.
So yeah. Trains are also trains and railway stations also improving after 50 years because a lot of technology come in our country and our trains
Talk about
train
trains and
our
railways.
yeah trains and railway. So all are come in digital
Bill.
manner.
I said use bill, not R,
We,
not R.
yeah. We okay, sir. Will lot of changes are changes will come
Will be there.
in will be there. For example, digital how to book the tickets and uh, law etc. Changes will become
Will be
in
there.
will be there.
Time's up. You had two questions. You spent a lot of time discussing the first question. Focus on short and simple sentences. Don't talk about country, don't talk about other infrastructure. We can say 50 years from now, it will be better. It will be more faster. People can book tickets from the comfort of their home. Maybe robots might um, drive the train or they will run the train. Focus on short sentences. And see, you missed the second question. Okay, who is left now? Hello, Ganesh.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, Rani. Rani, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please answer the question.
In the future, 50 years from now, what do you think will be different about trains and railway stations? Yes, sir. In future, we were get Wi-Fi facility in the train.
We would
Sir?
get,
We could get.
we would, Rani. For future, would. We would
Could.
get.
We would get. Okay, we would get Wi-Fi facility, and there is no need of station master.
There
And
would be no station master.
okay, always using could only. Would. W
Yes.
would, sir.
Yes. WOULD. Would.
Okay, would. And mm, actually, I'm preparing. I prepared very much, sir, but I cannot speak.
No problem. You can try. Come on. You have second questions. Quickly do
How
it.
was traveling by train different 20 years ago? In 20 years ago, the people were getting very difficult journey. If they want to book a ticket,
If they wanted to
definitely
book a
they will.
ticket, Rani past tense. If they wanted to book a ticket,
If you want to,
if they wanted to book a ticket,
they want to book a ticket. They went to a station, and in trains before 20 years ago,
not
they,
before 20 years ago,
okay, 20 years ago, they were using coal, but now they are using uh, electricity.
electricity. Time's up. Like I told you, focus on the question. How was it traveling by train? Was it comfortable, not comfortable? Was it time consuming or not? Was it slower, faster? Like that. Don't talk about coal or the infrastructure there. Talk about traveling part. Yes, Ganesh.
So, if we talk about the train 50 years from now, so we can say that there will be a bullet trains or there will be a metro trains will be there, which will help us to cover a long distance in a very short time. even that very you can say that the different we will get a different facility inside the train like a flight and aeroplane. You will get a food inside the trains and you will get a different facility inside the train. So there might be a different experience from here after 50 years. I can see that, and even you don't need to go to the ticket counter and book the ticket. You will get the online tickets and you can book through the online. So there will be a different system from now. So as per my knowledge, I can say that there will be a lot of changes after 50 years from now. Yeah.
Second question, 50.
I was traveling by train different 20 years ago. If we thought about the 20 years ago, there was a lot of challenges to book the
There
ticket.
were a lot of challenges. Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of challenge. That's what I said. Yeah, and you have to book the ticket by going to the
Had
ticket
to book the
counter.
ticket. You had to.
Yeah, book it on counter. And even you can say that there was a lot of rush and
Yeah.
yeah, and even the inside the train you can say that not getting that much facility. The pantry was not there. Even the toilets were not that much clean, and taking a lot of time to reach the destination. So that all challenges we are facing before 20 years ago. I can say.
Okay. There were a lot of challenges. The service was slow and it was time consuming. And 2 weeks ago, it was a luxury to um, travel in the train. All right, now let's move ahead. I have to work on past. When you talk about past, I don't do before. Before we used when we have two options, two activities happening. So I joined this session before you did. So I joined, then you did. Two actions. Okay, so for any point in past, always just ago. 5 minutes ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, like that. Now let's talk. Where was your first train journey to? How was it? Who's traveled with you? And describe your journey quickly. This time I'm going to give you 40 seconds. So I gave you a lot of time in the last page. That's why. Quickly. Now talk about your first journey. So my first train journey, my first train journey was to, okay, I think, yeah, Ganesh, please go ahead.
So my first journey was with my father when I went to Mumbai uh, for my Navy exam. So that was my first journey with my fathers, and I boarded the train from Pune station, and I landed at the CST station. So that was the unforgettable journey when I was travel first time through the train. And you can say that while crossing the Lonavala and Khandala station, there was I experienced a different kind of experience of my life. The train is going through the tunnels, and there are long mountains and the greenery and whatever the waterfall and everything. So that was the first journey, and it was an unforgettable journey of my life. So I enjoyed a lot, and that was a great.
All right, I'm stopping you here. Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Where was your first journey? My first journey was from UP to Mumbai. Uh, how was it? It was very good. Who traveled with you? With me, my mom is travel that times and describe the journey. Uh, I like the most because that time I first time came to the Mumbai, so my mother is with me and surrounding that people
My
surround
mother
in the
was with me.
mother was with me and in the coach, lots of peoples are there.
Were
That
there.
were there. They're very helpful. So my mom have lots of luggage, so she can't carry too much. So they will help me.
Thumbs up. My mom had a lot of luggage she couldn't carry. Yes, Azim.
Yes, sir. My journey was Lalgala to Kalyani, and it was very good. And I traveled with my mother, and my mother is old, and the journey was very good because we didn't get seat, and a person asked me to sit for my mother, and we were conversation a lot, and a small child uh, was crying at that time, and she wanted to buy ghugni.
Thumbs up. Asif, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Where was your first train journey to? Yeah, I was 14-year-old. Old. That time I will. That is my first train journey. Who have traveled with you? Yeah, I have. When I was traveled with I have with my family.
I
Then describe the
traveled with
journey.
my family. Simple.
I travel. Okay, sir. I traveled with my family. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, describe the journey. Yeah, it was a very too good. It was a good experience and a lot of
I'm stopping you here now because we spent a lot of time on the last page. Who is left now? Quickly. We'll have to work on past tense more because you're all making mistakes in the past tense. Avantika, have you shared?
Yes, sir. Where was your first train journey to? It was before 15 years ago. I traveled with my parents. The journey was very good and fantastic and comfortable. We enjoy more because it was the first time to travel by the train.
That was super fast and to the point. Okay, who is left now? Sony, have you answered?
Yes, sir.
You have shared, right?
Yes.
Quick feedback here. Work on simple past tense, especially when you're talking about past. So my first journey, I remember my first journey, and it was from Delhi to Patna, and I really enjoyed it. I was with my family. I traveled with my family. So you should focus on simple past more. I traveled 20 years ago. I don't remember much. My family was with me, and I think I enjoyed something, or I don't remember clearly. So this is how you can talk about it. Use past more. So this is where you have to work. Asif Azim, you have to work on your sentences more. Or you're speaking, but there are a lot of errors. All right. Mamta Sonu, you can work on your vocabulary more. Ganesh, you can also work on your vocabulary. Okay. Yeah, I told you now. Tell me if you read anything. Yeah. I think most of you don't read. Yes. Yes, Ganesh, do you read anything?
Yeah, I started reading novels and books.
You started
Even
reading novels. Which novel are you reading? That's interesting.
currently, I finished the Rich Dad Poor Dad books, which I was thinking from so many days to complete it, and almost 75% the book has been finished now.
It's a self-help book, yeah. It's a self-help book.
Yeah, I'm interested to read such kind of book which gives me knowledge as will help in fluency in communication. So both way it will help me. So I was trying such kind of book. I'm trying for such kind of book. Yeah.
Try changing it. Okay, try changing the genre. That will also help you. Maybe sometimes you can read stories and different stuff. If you keep on reading the same thing, it will not give you a different vocabulary. Yes, Sony?
Sir, could you suggest us easy English books? Which is helpful
Go for
for?
any Ruskin Bond book. Ruskin Bond, Sudha Murthy's book, Roald Dahl book. Ruskin Bond, Sudha Murthy. You can go for it.
Yeah, Sudha Murthy's I have listen only audio, not books. So I want to. That's a good for me. And,
Do it.
and most of the name I not remember it because that is a different like pronunciation.
Go for any children's story. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
children's story.
Thank
That will help you a lot. Because you should enjoy it. It should not be any kind of burden that I have to finish this. Asif, any question or doubt? Azim?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.